Hello, and welcome to the State of Retail, Distribution, Apparel and Footwear. Over the next 15 minutes, I'll guide you through the latest trends on this fast-changing landscape. We will start by examining the powerful forces reshaping the industry and how to best respond to them. Next, I'll focus on how O9 sees the future of planning with end-to-end integrated and AI-driven capabilities that will fundamentally transform how businesses make decisions. Finally, we'll introduce a couple of examples that will bring this to life with their ambitious real-world case studies. Whether you are looking to unlock efficiencies in operational decisions, optimize assortments at the scale, or build stronger, more agile supply networks, this session is packed with actionable insights that you will implement today and inspiration for what is to come. Now, in the ever-changing retail, distribution, apparel, and footwear industry, the path to success is increasingly complex. The challenges that we face are multifaceted, but we summarize them in three main groups. The first one is understanding demand at a granular level. In our industry, we have to always begin with consumers. Social media has accelerated trends, sustainability has adjusted priorities, and economic uncertainties add yet another layer of complexity to their behavior. Traditional forecasting tools reliant on historical patterns are simply no match for this pace of change. However, given the omni-channel nature of our consumers and the high service expectations, it is not just demand that we need to predict. We also need to forecast the expected fulfillment method in order to understand where we need our products to be to provide the right service. Another key challenge to scaling these models is the uncodified tribal knowledge of what drives your customers. Digitizing these insights, it's another key aspect of understanding demand in more detail and becoming more efficient, as we will see later on. The second challenge is shaping your offer to capture as much of the demand as possible. Setting up targets is always a challenge involving multiple point of views and strategic initiatives. But those targets often guide investment decisions across the organization. Therefore, ensuring the right levels of ambition and in the right areas is a key element of long-term success. Working off a deep understanding of demand and the overall category dynamics is a critical factor in aligning stakeholders, investments, and initiatives towards the common goal of delivering the targets. Here, again, understanding consumers in depth is key to ensure that we make most of the available space by selecting the right products, rationalizing the offering where possible, and buying the right depth to minimize missed sales, as well as minimize unproductive inventories, stock rebalancing needs, markdowns, or even worse, waste. Finally, pricing strategies, promotions, and markdown management are not just tactical decisions, but strategic levels. However, distilling the impact of a single decision over time and across products is a challenge, especially in a dynamic, competitive environment. The line between success and missed opportunities is thin, and that's why balancing in real time the impact on demand, on brand perception, and on supply is a critical skill. The third challenge is operating the fragile supply chains with agility. So once demand is understood and shaped, the challenge is to respond with a dynamic end-to-end supply plan that optimizes all the way from operational replenishment to sourcing decisions, considering all the constraints, risks, and possibilities. This is a growing challenge because global supply chains have never been more interconnected and exposed to risk, whether it be from geopolitical tensions, natural disasters, or pandemics. But data is still scarce and disconnected, and balancing sustainability and efficiency is no small feat. That's why more and more companies are looking to integrate their ESG and supply chain management plans and processes in a system like O9's Digital Brain. Finally, no matter how robust your processes are, the reliability of your response is as dependent on them as it is on the capabilities of your supplier network. Having visibility to the risks and collaborating regularly with suppliers to ensure a coordinated and effective response to demand is critical for success in this volatile environment. The increased need for traceability enhances certain collaborations, but in a world where competition is no longer company versus company, but value chain versus value chain, it's critical to operate as closely integrated as possible. Digital tools like online supplier risk management allow sharing of forecast, orders, and compliance data, fostering trust and alignment. But amid this complexity, opportunities are emerging for businesses willing to rethink their approaches and embrace transformative solutions. The first one is breaking down the silos with next-gen integrated business planning. We have briefly touched upon how to respond to each individual challenge, but the future of planning is to no longer look at these challenges in isolation. Planning decisions are tightly interconnected, and the potential value unlock through an end-to-end next-gen integrated business planning that breaks down the silos is massive. Online's integrated platform, with its unified data model connecting commercial, demand, and supply decisions, enables the simulation of true end-to-end what-if scenarios, assessing the impact of each decision on the costs, revenue, and service level. This empowers companies to make smarter, faster decisions and stay aligned with their strategic goals. Second element is tracking touchless planning to advance towards hyper-automation. Given the high volume and frequency of decisions that our industry requires, the concept of next-gen IBP encompassing so many functions can feel daunting. That's why it's critical to advance the hyper-automation of operational decisions that today consume most of our time and drive many of our bottom line results. Lastly, leveraging the Gen AI revolution with large knowledge models. Online's large knowledge models leveraging the power of LLMs on the contextualized data of our GraphCube database, the EKG, to generate decision-relevant insights at a scale. The challenges in our industry are, as you see, are undeniable, but they also present opportunities for transformation. By leveraging Online's cutting-edge technologies, companies can confidently navigate the complexities of demand forecasting, supply planning, and supplier collaboration. The platform integration of AI, autonomous planning, and real-time analytics provides the precision and agility needed to survive and thrive in a world where consumer expectations are higher than ever. Online offers a clear path to a smarter, faster, and more sustainable planning. The future belongs to those who embrace innovation, adapt to change, and redefine what's possible. At Online, we are lucky to be working with amazing companies and people that truly embody this mindset, working with us to radically transform enterprise planning. I will provide an overview of a few client examples, hoping their journeys and ambitions serve as inspiration for all of you. Hugo Boss is a powerful example of how to approach an end-to-end planning transformation. Hugo Boss is a global leader in luxury fashion, operating across retail, wholesale, and e-commerce. With over 30,000 SKUs, an extensive omnichannel presence, and continued growth ambitions. Delivering the right products at the right time is crucial for the success. Like many companies, Hugo Boss faced fragmented planning across functions and tools with manual processes. This led to multiple versions of the truth and caused misalignment, excess inventory, and lost sales. Their ability to respond to demand shifts was slow, and a lack of a scenario planning meant missed opportunities. They devised a bold digital transformation strategy that aims to position Hugo Boss as the leading tech-driven fashion company in the world. For that, they needed to look across people, processes, and of course, technology. That's where Online came in. With the Online digital brain, Hugo is unifying its end-to-end planning from demand and supply planning to assortment and merchandise planning. For Hugo Boss, integrating all planning capabilities into a single platform was a critical element to enable teams to run end-to-end scenarios and find the optimal decision across the whole value chain, and then collaborate seamlessly to execute. With this transformation, Hugo Boss aims to deliver real value across its business. They expect to increase sales while reducing markdowns and inventory levels, leading to better margins, improved product availability that will help meet their increasing customer demand while optimizing sourcing decisions. And by reducing manual workload, teams will be able to focus on the high-impact decisions that drive business growth. Overall, an extremely inspiring and transformative vision that we're so excited to be a part of their journey. Another great example is Citizen Watch of America, a leader in luxury timepieces, operating across retail, wholesale, and e-commerce. With thousands of SKUs, multiple retail stores, and major wholesale partners like Macy's, ensuring the right inventory levels and optimizing replenishment is critical. But as their business grew, so did the complexity of managing planning across all those channels. Their existing processes relied on inefficient planning methods, making it difficult to scale. Without a unified approach, teams struggle to align planning decisions, impacting productivity and resource efficiency. With the online digital brain, Citizen Watch of America has transformed its planning capabilities, integrating merchandise financial planning, demand planning, and advanced replenishment and allocation strategies into a single platform, enhanced coordination across teams, reduced manual work, and eliminated inefficiencies. Additionally, Citizen Watch has improved forecast accuracy, optimizing inventory allocation across all channels and substantially reducing inventories, allowing them to unlock millions in savings while improving product availability. The transformation is not just about optimizing today's operations. It's about future-proofing the business with a smarter, data-driven planning. With online, Citizen is laying the foundation for continued growth and productivity improvements. Finally, Pandora, one of the world's largest jewelry brands, known for bringing accessible luxury to customers worldwide. Their vertical integration is quite unique in the industry, with a strong retail presence spanning over thousands of points of sale and with an extensive manufacturing and distribution capacity. This represents a massive competitive advantage for Pandora, but also adds significant complexity in planning and execution. Seamless flow of information and decision-making across the value chain is critical to unlock the full potential of this strategic advantage. But as most companies, Pandora's planning processes were siloed across sales, distribution, and manufacturing, leading to inefficiencies. That led to slow responses to demand signals and supply disruptions, which made it difficult to optimize operations effectively. So, in order to compensate for uncertainty, high inventory levels were maintained across the network, but without true end-to-end visibility into supply chain implications. With the online digital brain, Pandora is moving towards a fully integrated planning. The platform will establish a single end-to-end supply response based on a unified demand signal, aligning store replenishment, supply, and manufacturing decisions across all nodes of the supply chain. By leveraging forecasting capabilities, multi-skilled resource planning, and dynamic scenario modeling, Pandora will gain the ability to meet customer demand efficiently while optimizing costs. The benefits from this transformation range from improved product availability across distribution centers and stores, coupled with reduced inventory levels to free up working capital, and enhanced responsiveness to demand shifts with a more agile and data-driven supply chain. This transformation will enable Pandora to position the right product in the right place at the right time in the most efficient manner, ensuring an even stronger connection between their brand and their customers. Another inspiring story about end-to-end connected planning, from production to the customer. These examples illustrate well how innovative leaders are tackling this challenging context to transform their business operations, and I'm really excited and thankful to have Pandora, Citizen Watch, and Hugo Boss among today's speakers to further deep dive on their journeys and share with all of us their learnings and insights. But before I leave you with them, I want to recap my main takeaway from these transformations. An integrated, future-ready approach to planning is no longer optional. It is essential for maintaining agility, meeting customer demands, and sustaining profitability in today's fast-paced environment. Those who embrace this shift will not only stay ahead of the curve, but will also unlock new levels of operational excellence and sustainable growth. We hope these inspirational stories provoke new ideas and discussions about your business transformation needs to achieve long-term success and increased value. And we will be happy to engage on this. Enjoy the rest of today's presentations, and thank you for joining us today.